Hi everyone, Joe from E-commerce Accountants here. Last week, Amazon announced some major changes in the way that they're going to be invoicing their sellers, in particular UK sellers. So, as we work with hundreds of Amazon sellers in the UK and around the world, I thought it'd be useful to help answer a few questions, and also for any accountants out there that stumble on this, if you work with sellers, I thought it'd help. So first of all, what are the changes? Well, if you want to see the changes in depth, myself and the team have written a really detailed blog post. I'll put a link for that below. So if you want to get stuck into the detail or see the full changes, we've put them there. So what are the changes? Well, the changes come in effect from the 1st of August 2024. In a nutshell, Amazon's changing the entity that it's invoicing from. So previously, they invoiced from a Luxembourg entity. They're now invoicing from a UK entity or branch, and essentially they're going to begin charging VAT or UK VAT on the fees. So seller fees and FBA fees, which are two major components to any seller's sort of profit and loss, especially if they sell on Amazon. And essentially, since they're now charging VAT on these fees, the sort of charge that the seller's facing is going to be higher. And this means that essentially the disbursements that the seller receives from Amazon every 2 weeks usually, this disbursement is going to be much smaller. So if you're a VAT registered seller, although you can sort of claim these fees back, claim this additional VAT back on your VAT return, it does mean it's worse for your cash flow, because if you're used to larger disbursements, essentially they're going to get smaller. But on the flip side of this, your VAT payments, assuming your sort of sales level is going to stay the same, your VAT payments to HMRC should decrease. Another massive change from this is, and the people it's really going to impact are flat rate scheme sellers. So people that are on the flat rate scheme, they can't actually reclaim the VAT that they pay. So what this means is that if you're now being charged lots of purchase VAT by Amazon, you're actually not going to be able to reclaim this on your VAT return. So although most people, everyone's situation is different, the old rule of thumb was that the flat rate scheme was definitely more beneficial for an e-commerce business. Now that might change. So if you're on the flat rate scheme, I strongly recommend reviewing your situation, speak to your accountant. If you're a client of ours, speak to our team. And what you should do if the flat rate scheme is no longer beneficial, you should look to move from the flat rate scheme onto the standard scheme. Those are essentially the main key takeaways from the VAT changes that Amazon are announcing. As I said, we've written an in-depth article on all of the changes, explaining the sort of legislation behind it. So I'll put that below. I hope you enjoy it and I hope this video is useful.